Welcome to the Road Soda Podcast. The Road Soda Podcast is your entertainment podcast on the go. Your host Isaiah Cooper and Kristie, and an occasional third wheel, present a variety of fun segments from offbeat news to Netflix reviews, with interludes from our sponsors and parent company, Popco Brands. Fasten your seatbelts and please listen responsibly to Road Soda. Hello, and thank you for cracking another Road Soda. The show that shows you stuff. On this episode, is Judaism transmitted through porking? Should we fear the house cat? And is The Dig a movie? We answer these important questions and more. I'm Isaiah Cooper. With me is the bubble-busted madame with more than a handful, Miss Kristie.
Hey.
How you doing? Soon to be Miss. Why don't you tell him, babe?
No, I like it. You go ahead. Take it away. It's your intro. I don't want to rob you of your intro.
I don't want to rob you of telling people this news.
Why? Your mom does. Don't you want to too?
Why don't you let everybody know what you're talking about?
Stop. I feel on the spot. Were you gonna say Mrs. Cooper?
Soon to be Mrs. Cooper. Kristie Cooper.
My heart rate's escalating.
It's not a good sign. That's right, everybody. I proposed to Miss Kristie.
I didn't know if you were gonna remember.
Remember what?
Nothing.
No, I forgot I got engaged. Just remembered. Shit.
Right?
No,
Thank God I don't have any cats.
People have no idea what you're talking about, but thank God you don't. So yeah, since the last, I mean, it's been quite a hot minute since the last episode, and I mean, a lot's happening. We went from, I mean, really the reason
the last episode was actually the day before. Do you know that?
Yeah, it was. It was the day before. It was the day before, and you know, there's this long gap because, you know, we were going to, I mean, you were fired, but then you were going to be my wife. So I'm like, what the fuck are we going to do with the show? I can't. Here we are with a new co-host, Kristie Cooper. It's more different.
You know, but like if you say my initials KZ and KC, they sound the same.
It's pretty much the same thing.
It's totally the same. I went from the end of the alphabet to the front.
That's right. You're welcome, baby.
Yeah, but it's kind of nice being like the last because like watch everybody else. You get to chill, sit back.
Yeah, and then your food's cold. You got all this shit food when you're on the lunch line or when you're in
Who
like
goes on the lunch line based on your
I don't know,
name?
like kindergarten and shit.
Okay.
It happens. So that's why you want to name your kid something with an A, something with a C, something with a B. Maybe just, how about this? I'm going to name my kid number 1. Just 1.
Juan Cooper.
Juan Cooper. I know his last name's got to start with a 1 too. And then, nice. Anything else you want to fuck up? So, yeah. It was literally the next day after that last episode.
Yep.
And you saw it coming, I would say.
Are you kidding?
I think you were ready for it. Why don't you show everybody your nice new ring around the neck?
Which one?
That one or that one? Yeah,
I have two.
Yeah, because that one's your grandmama's.
You really think I saw it coming?
No. I'm trying to be facetious so that you start telling everybody and explaining what happened.
Oh, God.
Like, no, actually, I didn't see anything coming. I was getting mad at my mom.
All right. Alan does this to me every day, all day. I tell a story. I've already told the story probably 8 times.
So you got it good. Got it down good.
No, I think by the time I tell it now, everyone's like, wow, you seem so excited.
From the top.
I said it so many times.
Make every time like the first time.
Everything. So it was my birthday.
Ooh. It was your birthday, which we talked about
birthday.
on the last show. I believe that the next day was your birthday, and you're like, oh, you better do something good for me.
Did I say that? I do remember telling my sister, I was like, I don't really think he has anything planned. It's like really not a big deal. I don't want anything, but like I was like kind of hoping that he'd like do something special, like, you know, maybe we could like make out for a really long time or something cool. And I like expressed that concern because the only thing we had planned for my birthday was to go to my favorite sushi place for dinner. And you had to work that day. My sister finagled away into my job to get me the day off and said that we could spend the day together since she had not spent the last 2 birthdays with me. So I just thought we were going to go get manicures and pedicures because that's what she had all planned out and scheduled.
Bit shit.
Yes. Well, that's why she had the manicure schedule, so my hand looked nice with the ring.
Smart. That's thinking ahead.
Anyway, you were supposed to meet us at dinner at the sushi place. But my mom wanted to go to O'Leary's and get pina coladas at sunset because that's what we've done since I moved here for my birthday.
Right.
So they told me to be ready and they'd pick me up. And I texted you like, hey, do you think you're going to be able to get off work early? You're going to meet us at this restaurant or what? And you're like, yeah, I'll be able to. Like, okay, let me know when. They pick me up, and they told me I look cute. And so we go get pina coladas. Yeah, I showered that day.
My wife.
And so my mom and my sister and my nephew picked me up to go get pina coladas at sunset. And they were being really bitchy and pushy. And I got a little annoyed, and I may have screamed a little bit. Why is everybody rushing me? Like, just fucking chill. Like, I'm down to go get pina coladas, but like, what's the big fucking deal if we leave the house at 5 o'clock? Who cares if it's 5:15 or 5:30? Like, and the thing that was fucking holding me up, they're like laying on the horn in the driveway. This is a much longer version of the story I was actually going to tell. But I was looking for my fucking ring. Because I wear
different ring.
Yeah.
It was actually the ring that I stole from you to go get that ring size.
Didn't know that. Yeah, because I wear this amethyst ring and the tiger's eye, and I couldn't find the fucking tiger's eye. And I'm like, what? And then I got really concerned, whatever. Anyways, so we go and we're drinking pina coladas, right? And then my sister said that she wants to go take a walk around the bay as a sunset. And my sister is very Instagrammy and like loves selfies, and it was just something she would say. And she was like, "Make sure you look nice." You, me, and
so
mom.
No suspicion there. Just
sincerely, no. Yeah, she was like,
yeah.
"Just make sure you look nice." You, me, and mom haven't taken pictures in a while. I'd really like some new pictures. I haven't spent your birthday with you. I'm like, totally. Let's go take a walk around the bay. We'll get great pictures at sunset. I'm like, yeah, it sounds like something you'd love to do. Sounds great. And they like keep stopping and having random strangers take pictures of us, and my mom keeps trying to like pick a fight to piss me off because her big plan was like, if you guys could piss me off, I would be distracted enough. But like, I already was, and she was just being a bitch. And then we get around the corner, and they're like, "Hi, what's over there?"
Right, where it was. So O'Leary's is that it's kind of like a tiki bar type feel to it, and it's at this place in Sarasota. It's called Island Park, and it's like this little tiny peninsula that goes around in Sarasota Bay, and it's like, so it's a park and like a peninsula, you know, there's water on either side, but you can like, it's large and you can walk all the way around, and there's nice big open green area in the middle. There's like a playground, and it's got nice, really, really beautiful views.
Windy sidewalk. You got all the sailboats or whatever fucking boats are out in the water, and it looks...
There's sailing out there, baby. Some of those are sailboats. Oh, yeah.
So we're just walking around the sidewalk, and then they're like, "Hey, what's over there?" And I think like the sun was glaring in my eyes, and I like looked over, and I saw a bunch of people. But I'm like, I don't fucking know what these people are doing. I'm like, whatever.
Bunch of fucking losers.
Yeah, and they're like, "No, seriously, like, what is that?" And I like look over, and then I see people holding like some signs or faces, and I'm like, what is this, a fucking protest? I thought it was like some Biden shit or something.
Right.
Like, because Florida
don't care.
Yeah, seriously,
Right.
That's like literally what I was doing. I was like looking, I'm like, I don't care.
Right.
I'm like, dude, fucking look. And so then
Fine.
I see a row of people, and they all have cutout faces held on sticks, and they're holding them over their faces. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What is that? It's so weird. And then I realized that one of them is my brother. I'm like, that looks like Mike. And then I realized that the person next to him was his life partner, wife, girlfriend.
You mean the cutout stick?
Yeah,
pictures?
like I recognize the faces.
Yeah,
I realize that
faces
they're
stick, yeah.
the faces held on the stick. I recognize the faces. Even then, not a fucking, I was so confused. I'm like, is Mike really here? Did my brother come surprise me? I don't understand what's behind the faces, and I don't know what's going on. And then they parted in the middle.
Right.
And then behind them was this big purple heart outlined in flowers and candles. And there was this big dumb idiot standing right in the center of the heart.
Wearing one of those Borat thongs.
Yes, with the neon green thing. So all of his pubes were hanging out on either side for sure. Standing in the center of this heart. And then I saw behind you was a sign in white letters, also in flowers, that said, "Marry me, you dumb bitch."
Those letters were smaller.
Yeah, but they were there.
They were there.
And then my soul left my body, and you like see all those really cute engagement videos of people, and like the girl gets totally shocked, and then they like run and jump in their arms. They're like, yes, yes, yes. But I just like froze like a hot dog, you know?
Until the mariachi music started. We had a little mariachi band. And
they had sombreros with like chips in it and salsa right in the center.
We waited out there for a while for you, so yeah, we got kind of hungry.
But anyway, yeah, so the row of people holding the cutout faces were all the people that couldn't be there. So there was one of my dad who passed away, and my brother and his girlfriend who don't live here, and your son was on there, and then my dead dog and our live dog. And they split, and you were back there in a heart and a marry me sign, and I froze, and they're like, well, fucking walk up there. And I walked up there with my hands behind my back, so skittish and adorable. And I told you you're a big dumb idiot the whole way.
Do the face that you did when you realized. Do it.
I can't remember that.
There it is. So pretty much out.
My jaw hit that there is a picture of the moment when they had separated. I really, genuinely, sincerely, not a fucking clue. There was no part of me that thought
I didn't watch a preview for this, so I have no fucking idea what's going on.
That's literally what it is. Yeah, like piece it together, Kristie. Like I can't. I don't understand.
Somebody tell me what's happening.
Yeah, somebody tell me. Thank God you had. I've thought about that. If you didn't have the marry me sign, I'd been like, what's going on? What are you doing now?
Everyone's gonna watch us do it. Now get over here.
Okay. So yeah, I walked up there, and I couldn't breathe, and I joined you in the heart. And then you hugged me, and then you got down on one knee, and I said, holy shit, 10,000 times. And I cried.
I drew inspiration from Paul and Carini in 90 Day Fiancé. The lays and a heart on the beach. So,
do you want me to get really lame now? Is this what
Paul.
I love you.
Yeah,
that was
phone.
Them texting.
Are you mad at me?
So,
I'm me trying to mimic Portuguese. Sorry.
Anyway,
all the Portuguese listeners.
So my family was there. I didn't realize people holding the faces were also your family. Yeah. Your mom was there. There was champagne. There was a toast. You made an adorable toast. There were 10,000 videos and cameras going on. And then we all went back to the sushi restaurant, which was reserved for everybody. And there was balloons and flowers and a Mrs. sash. And
yeah, it was a whirlwind.
It was a total whirlwind.
Whirlwind. It blew right through the whole world of us. And yeah, I got to be honest. And every time you tell this story, if I'm around, if I'm there, and so what was the engagement like, and you tell it, I'm gonna be like, very little of it was my idea. Not the getting married to you. Obviously, that was my idea. I wanted to get married to you, but I told your mom. Oh, first I asked your mom, "Can I marry your daughter?"
You asked everybody in my family.
But when I asked her, "Can I marry your daughter?" I told her, I was like, and I was hoping that maybe you could help me just kind of think of something special, like plan it. I didn't think they were just going to be like, basically show up on the day you need to get engaged and we'll tell you what's going on. But like, that's kind of what fucking happened. Like, it was very like, they came up with everything and they did so much. Like, I had no idea what was going on. And then it was just
they said that they asked you everything along the way and you had to approve it or deny it, and
yeah,
say
I mean,
you liked
I was
it
very
and if it
on
felt
board
authentic to you.
Yeah, I was very on board with all of their ideas and everything they did, and they just went so above and beyond, and they did like everything. It's in to any of those guys out there that you see on the Tic Tac and on the Tube Boo or whatever that are like proposing to their girlfriends, they have all this elaborate shit done. If you did all yourself, kudos, but you probably like a ding dong in your mouth. I'm just joshing, but kudos to that guy, because that's I could definitely do something special for you and make it special, because that was my whole thing. Like, I know this is the first time you get engaged. I mean, if you ever, people get divorced and engaged again, but that's one of those things. It's like it's not like a birthday. You got a birthday every fucking year. Like that's one thing. Like, you're going to remember that one thing. Even with kids, like, you got multiple kids coming out every 3-4 kids. But that first kid, you remember that. So I wanted it to be special. And that's why I knew they know you, and they know, like, I mean, they know what you would enjoy. I told them, I was like, I just don't want it to be like some flash mob in public where it's like super, like, everybody, it's like drawing a bunch of attention. I just, I want it to be special. I want it to be memorable to her, but I just don't want it to be like choreographed, like, over the top, and then like there we were with face masks. Right.
And it just so happened that everybody in that general vicinity at a very popular time was stopping, taking pictures, recording.
It was a beautiful sunset, and everyone was like, what's going on over here? Did she say yes? What's happening? Everyone's just like running up and taking pictures of like the setup, or watching us set up. And yeah, I was like, this is exactly how I figured it. But it was nice, like, even then, being in that moment and doing it, I didn't mind. I didn't care. Like, there was no part of me that was like embarrassed or gave a shit that I was the center of attention at that moment, because it didn't matter. Like,
I don't even think I noticed anybody else around. I didn't, not until afterwards, not until the pictures, not until I like remember there just being a lot of people around. And I remember thinking, like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know, why are all these people fucking standing here? Like, because it's this winding sidewalk and everybody usually is kind of walking, but everybody's like stopping and standing. Like, what the fuck is everybody looking at? Like, I don't understand what's going on. Like, what's over there? Kristie, like, I don't know, what the fuck's wrong with everybody? What are you guys doing?
What are you doing? Why are you're bothering people? Stop.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're ruining my birthday. Oh, is that my brother? Is that my dead dog? Why is he standing there like that? Why is he waiting for me?
I do remember when you got dressed. I love that shirt that you wore. I do remember thinking that you look really nice. That.
I was an accident. Happy accident. Whoops.
Yeah, and then you told me that you went over to my mom's house and you brought your son and you asked her permission. And my favorite part is that my mom tells a story, and she says that you asked her and she asked you why. Why do you want to?
I don't remember that.
That's what she said.
What did I say?
She said you went.
Have you seen the tits on her? Have you seen them? I think you know something about those tits. I'm locking that down. That's what I said.
Yep.
That was the answer.
That is what you said.
I said, I mean, she sucks a mean ringy ding.
A mean bean.
If you catch what I'm laying down. So, I mean, those two things together are pretty...
Like, why not? You should probably, like, that equation is like, wife it up.
Wife it up.
You told her, you said, she just gets me. She just gets me.
Yeah, who cares if she doesn't know the difference between a cow and a bull, You just put that aside. Doesn't matter.
And then, it was such a beautiful day. Also, moving forward, maybe when you like want to tell people and you're like, hey, babe, tell them this beautiful story. And then I get all excited and I'm telling this like really great story and all these beautiful pieces. And I love that you ask them for help. And you'd be like, by the way, I didn't do any of this fucking shit. I asked her mom and her sister. They did all. I basically just showed up. Like, you can just say like, and I asked her mom and her sister for help and they came up with this beautiful idea. Right. And I'm so glad it happened.
See, in my mind, I was saying it that way. And when I'm expressing that, I just want it to be known that yes, I was like, they helped me immensely in doing all this and putting it all together, and like it was, but like I just would never feel comfortable being like, I proposed and look at my proposal. Like I couldn't do that. Like it doesn't feel right.
I can see that.
I just need because it seems like it just doesn't seem like
I guess it just sounds like you're
it's
trying to
honorable.
like take yourself out of the equation.
I'm just trying to let everybody know that
it's like you asked my mom for permission, you asked my sister for permission, you asked my brother for permission, you told your family, you asked them for help. So you went there fucking 3 or 4 hours before I showed up. You're setting up. My family's helping you set up. Your family's there helping set up. And it was just this like big fucking blending of these people's two people and their families, and everybody's like supporting us, and we're have this awesome thing that everybody loves and supports and wants to be a part of, and it's really fucking beautiful. Loves it. Well, maybe one. Or...
Not everyone loves it. Well, I mean, and then like just a couple days ago, I mean, it's been a long engagement, is what I'm trying to say. Like it's definitely been a very long engagement. Like how much longer can you really handle an engagement? I mean, having a lot of second thoughts. I mean, I just discovered some, I think you discovered some really
So
interesting
after stuff. That, we went and had sushi.
That's sushi. Boring. So I was just, I played a clip of, it was Theo Von doing an interview with David Spade. And at one point he just mentioned, sometimes I think when I'm eating a fish, is that a girl or a boy fish, right? And I laugh at it. I'm like, that's such a like, it's one of those minds that's just thinking of like ridiculous questions. And the next day I was still thinking about it, right? So
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it is funny. It is funny. And I brought it up and I'm like, God, that guy, I was thinking, is it a boy or a girl fish, right? And then I said to you, I was like, well, it's like, because if you're eating like a hamburger, you pretty much know what it is. There's no question. It's it's a female. And you were like, what? Cows are girls? And I said, yeah, cows are girls and bulls are the boys. And he said, wait, those are the same animal? And I said, yeah, babe, one's the cows have the tits, the udders. And you're like, I thought they all had udders. And I said, no, those are the girl cows. And the bulls are the ones with the big horns. That's a bull, and that's a boy. And he said, okay. And then you kind of got like a little snarky. And you're like, oh, so what are you going to tell me next? That chickens and roosters are just boy chickens and a rooster? I was like, yeah.
That's not what I said, because I didn't know that a fucking rooster was a boy chicken. I'm like, oh, so what are all the chickens?
Yeah, so you're like, so what are you going to tell me next? That roosters are just boy chickens? And I was like, yeah. The rooster's the guy, and the chickens that you see, the big fluffy white chickens, those are all females. And when you eat the chickens...
I feel like you're doing me a favor right now. I'm going to run with it.
What?
I didn't suggest the rooster at all, because I didn't. That was your example.
No, that was definitely you. That was 100% because I wrote it down after, like immediately after it happened, because it was so just absurd. Because it's that indignancy of oh, okay, smart guy, what are you going to tell me next? And I'm like, yeah, also that. They're also, yes, that is also true. The chickens are the girls. And then, so, just, you learned something that day, but it's just got me wondering, I mean, what am I doing? Right? Like, I mean, I don't know. Are you going to be able to,
what?
I don't know, handle, are you going to be able to what if we need to are you just going to be able to be a homemaker? Are you going to be, do you know the difference between a fork and a spoon? I'm just wondering, just for future reference. I don't want to be rude and assume, so I have to ask. Just wondering. Okay. Now, before you get mad at me, right?
I was very upset about that realization all day.
I know.
My life is a complete lie. It just doesn't make any sense. Then how come a deer is a deer? And then the male deer has antlers, and I know it's a buck. Yeah, I know, but no one's like, shows out there to a buck and a doe. They're like, oh, it's a deer. They're not like a cow and that one's that. Like, no, there's because they're the same animal, and a dog is a dog, and a coyote is a coyote, and a wolf's a wolf, and they're all the same.
But you don't farm any of those animals.
Family, right. But they're not the same thing. So they're boy cows and girl cows, and boy bulls and girl bulls, and there are boy pigs and girl pigs, and boy chickens and girl chickens, and the rooster is a very close descendant. They're in the same family. That's why they look so similar. Right. But they're not the same animal.
That must be that Catholic school education you got there, right? Teaching about all the descendants of the chicken and all the now an egg hatched and one was Jesus had an egg. He said that one's a rooster, that one's a chicken. They're different. Don't get them too close to each other. You don't want to see what happens. And then the ones with the long horns, we're gonna put them in there with the other ones. They're gonna look like they're wrestling sometimes, but they're two different animals. So
well, that's right. But they can still fuck if they want. You know, they're friends. Like if there's a pasture of horned things and spotted things, you know, that just because they're similar. It's like sometimes you find llamas and sheep in the same fucking pasture. They're friends. Mm-hmm. They look kind of similar.
Sometimes you see a horse trotting around with a bunch of cows. Yeah.
Yeah. So why would I assume?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if I went back in time and I would have thought it very rude for me to say to somebody, do you know the difference between a chicken and a rooster? I'm just asking. I don't want to be rude and assume you know those. So when I ask you about the fork and the spoon, I just, I'm playing with a completely new set of rules here after I encountered that.
So, like, is hen just another word for a chicken?
Yeah, hen.
So then why are we calling them hens? Can I have a hen breast?
Hen is a female chicken.
But all chickens are female, so it doesn't fucking make any sense.
The word, yeah. But that doesn't make any sense. Hen is the word chicken is, there's roosters and hens. Mm-hmm. Those are chickens.
No.
Okay.
So we eat rooster breasts?
No, we eat chicken breasts.
Then why aren't they called hen breasts?
That doesn't sound right.
No, that's why it's confusing. Chickens are chickens and we eat chickens. Rooster's rooster. So then what's the other word that you use for rooster besides rooster?
Cock.
That's slang.
No, it's not. That's the official. That's not a joke. The slang for your dick being cock is because the rooster is called a cock. And that's how your dick got the slang term for cock. It's not like they were calling your dick a cock all day long. And they're like, let's call that rooster a cock because it's like a dick. It went that way, not that way. Look, when this happened, okay, let's go back in time. When this happened, was I mean to you? Was I rude to you? Did I make fun of you?
No, you were nice and supportive because you wanted to put it in your back pocket so you could say, hey, tell everybody how I got engaged. By the way, it wasn't my idea. I just showed up. Guess what? This bitch doesn't know a fork and a spoon and a chicken and a rooster.
Here we are. I didn't, maybe I didn't. Maybe I just wanted to.
I asked you so nicely. What? I said I was so shocked. I was really upset because, like, I'm smart. I'm very smart. I went to school for open heart surgery. I don't think it has anything to do with. I'm very educated. I'm not.
Now, if you had a heart and a kidney.
And, I said that we could laugh about this. We could joke about this. I'd really rather not tell your mom and everybody because they're just like really never going to let it die. And so then you're like, babe, okay, that's fine. I went and I told my boss I was really excited to tell him because he's so funny and he like didn't think it was a big deal and brushed it off. So that was really disappointing. I called my sister because she used to think that luggage got shipped in underground tunnels at the airport instead of being loaded on the airplane. So I thought, hey, she's dumb. Maybe she'll think this too. And she was like, oh my God, I feel so smart. Even I knew that, idiot. And then I just like went on living my life. And then you just want to like do this big setup. And the look of like sheer satisfaction on your face right now is fucking disgusting. I also asked your mom when I went to the bathroom, I told her how afraid you are of cats now for everything that happened. And I asked her no?
I'm not afraid of cats.
Mm-hmm. She said all you had to do was just lift the jaws off the cat. It wasn't attacking her, it just bit her. And then she talked about, fights with dogs and whatever. Whatever. We'll get there. That's fine. That's fine.
What? No, go ahead. You can do me now. Go ahead. Are you afraid?
No.
Are you upset?
I'm not going to stoop to your level.
But you kind of did.
No, I didn't.
We're like, oh yeah, you're afraid of cats, fucking idiot.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody else had a really good laugh about it too. You were being silly.
They haven't had a laugh about it yet. They will. You'll have a laugh about that. But I don't care if you laugh at me about that, because one day you'll be around a cat and you'll think you're friends with that cat.
That asshole.
That cat will get you.
Fuck you. Dude, I get instant rage when you scare me. Why would you do that? What is this?
What?
What are we doing?
Babe, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just, if I did the same thing, do you think you wouldn't talk about it on the podcast? Just a curio, would you? Or would you go?
I don't know. I could have denied it like you did the missing glass lens, but here we are owning up to my own shit.
Yeah, I didn't. It's a different thing. Completely different thing.
Just like chickens and roosters.
You're right. Just like chickens are two different animals. One is in the cockiest, sporadicus, and the other one is in the ladiest, eggiest, chickeniest family. Two different things.
You said, tell everybody what happened.
I did.
Like, no, you tell them.
Yeah, but this podcast is not Days of Our Lives. Nobody... That's okay. We're engaged. We're going to be married someday. Okay, now let's get on with the entertaining stuff. You guys want to watch all that sappy shit?
No, I wouldn't.
I got some fun stuff for you. Ain't no sappy shit here. She doesn't even know what a bull is. Okay.
Pigs and boars. That was crazy.
Pigs and boars. Yeah.
Also, why do we eat all the females? I googled
tastes better.
it. Yeah, it's because the male meat is tougher.
Mm-hmm. Tastes better, baby.
And then I told all my friends in the group chat, the butts, all my best friends, and I was like waiting for them to like really have a laugh, and all they did was get really upset. I'm like, yeah, fucking patriarchy. Why are we always eating all the females, like making jokes about that?
Oh, that was their. Oh, they were making jokes. Thank God they were making jokes.
Oh yeah, they were like generally upset. I just didn't. You were the only person I really got to share it with, and I was really upset. And we sat down we were getting ready for work, and I think we kind of put it off. We sat down for a good 20-25 minutes.
Yeah, I was late to work because I'm like, I can't just learn that and then go to work. I gotta like dig through this for a second. What's going on here? But I get it. It's just like it's the same situation, because I think kids all have, or people all have those little things where they look at a system in the world. For instance, like when you go to the airport and you give those people your bags and then they put it through the little flappy door and it disappears. Unless you ask what happens once it goes in there, or you actively try to figure it out, your mind just makes it up and it comes up with a satisfactory answer. And then you go
on living your life.
You go on living your life because it never matters. That information never truly matters to you. It's not useful. You weren't and like at the time you're like, I don't really care enough. That must be what happens. Just like you looked at all the chickens and you're like, they must be all like that, because you never gave it a thought. You never cared. It didn't ever affect you. You never had to be taught it. Even if you were taught, it's like, what have you used it for? Like, I know it and most people know it. What are we using it for, right?
I'm just like kind of embarrassed though, it's like it's not something to be proud of. Like, it's definitely something that I will continue to share with
me too.
Many people for the rest of my life, just because I know how amazing it is now that I realize that I'm the punchline. But it's just as like, I just wish that somebody else could feel how earth-shattering it is. It's like if somebody told you a tiger is a female and a lion is a male and they're the same thing, you'd be like, no, what do you know? And then they're like, no, seriously. And they're like, wait,
babe.
What? And geckos are boys and lizards are girls and iguanas are trans. Like, what are you talking about?
Babe, they are.
What?
Iguanas are trans. Don't make me get out Wikipedia. They call them false males.
And then didn't I try and make an argument for myself when I was like, yeah, like lizards, they're all just amphibians. And then you like looked at me, I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm like, babe,
those are reptiles. Frogs are amphibians.
Let's just stop talking about animals. Let's just stop talking about the animals. Yeah, I think everybody has that. Everybody has something like that. I definitely do. I can't think of it, but I know one day we'll run into it. And maybe it's something that I've already learned about now. Like maybe it was something, but eventually I'll think of something that I used to think that way about, or that I still do. But I think So for those people, like for your sister, be like, oh, I feel smart, or like or not, or like for someone to, I don't think anyone was genuinely rude to you. Like nobody was actually rude, but like all of those people like have something, you know, like we all had something like that. We all get it. Like we all get why.
You're so supportive and wonderful. And it's really just sad and pathetic and embarrassing and shameful.
And I pick you up to bring you in here. It's called
a sit and spin.
Yes, I sit and spin. I bring you in here with all those nice words, just so I can show everyone, you know, how a woman is. She doesn't need to know about how the things happen outside. Just stay inside and do the things that you have to do. Don't think about you're hurting your head.
When did you decide that you were going to ask me to marry you?
Probably a while before Christmas, because I was considering doing it for Christmas.
Really?
Yeah, but I didn't want to hijack the holiday. I thought it would be rude to everyone else because it immediately makes the entire holiday all about one or two people instead of it being all about everyone in family. And then you were just bitching and whining so much, like, nothing ever about me. Nobody ever thought about so-and-so. I thought about so-and-so. I never get a day where people just rub my feet and be nice to me. And I was like, just, okay, bitch. And then, so yeah, that's why I was like, your birthday was coming up and you were looking forward to your birthday in general just because of, you know, that. It's like just finally a day where I don't have to like run to someone else's aid or constantly worrying about someone else. Like finally somebody like, how about I get a cake or something, right? And then, so I was like, yeah, let's pile it on, baby. Let's get it all in there. Because let's be honest, the engagement's mostly for like, it's mostly like the woman's like, I mean, the man has a lot of fun and excitement for how excited and happy she's gonna be, but it's
yeah,
like,
you were really nice that day. I was just wondering that. I just want to make it about me again.
Oh wait, let me re-answer. The moment I laid eyes on you.
No, that's not what I was asking.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I was like genuinely asking, like when did you decide? When did you know? Did I look really cute that day or something? You're like, you know what?
The day we had Thai food for the first time, I knew.
That was the first thought.
Oh, is that?
And you did it on my, oh, you know what?
What?
I was going to say you probably did it on my birthday. So like you never really had to worry about remembering like any sort of anniversaries or anything. But like then we'd have to get married on my birthday.
We can even get married close to your birthday. And that would do it for me.
Help you?
Yeah. Cause if it's like, if you're, oh, my birthday's here. I'm like, ah, shit. Here comes the wedding anniversary. Plus I like bunching them all. I don't like when like so many people in my family have like birthdays spread throughout the year because it's like it never stops. It's like, can we just have like a month where I don't have to like worry about giving,
be anywhere? Yeah.
I don't want to show up to your house and give you something, but I have to get all anxious and worried about fucking finding a present. It's like, can everyone just be born right around this time? All our holidays and everything right around this time, and then let's just live our lives.
Do you want me to man pros to you on your birthday? Do you want me to have like,
when you slide me a napkin with a ring in it, it's like, go ahead and take a look at that, Michael.
Yes.
Like 90 Day Fiance. What's her name?
Angela.
Oh my God, Angela. Thank you. Yes. I get to go to America.
Do you know that even today a client cried? Telling the story. My boss, he plays this game where every single fucking client that walks in the door, he's like, hey, how are you? Go ahead and get changed. By the way, Kristie got engaged. I'm like, fuck me, dude. He's like, go ahead, tell him the story. And I don't want to. So sometimes when I don't, I just sit there and stare at him.
I don't want to. I couldn't possibly. And action's still there. I watch.
No, seriously. Sometimes when I just like stare at him, then he'll start telling. Then they ask to see it, and then when he's like showing the pictures. No, there was a moment. I'm like made peace with it now, but there was a moment it was like really robbing me of the joy because I was so fucking tired of talking about it. I'm so tired of telling the story for like 8 to 10 hours a day. All I do is I tell a story over and over and over and over.
So you really got it going. You hit all the points. You got all your punchlines down.
Yeah, that literally the other day, this girl had me tell her, and I said it so plainly. She's like, Jesus.
So are you happy?
Yeah.
Or does he beat you?
Right.
So anyway, so there it is. I guess I won't find a new co-host just yet.
Oh, I get to keep my job.
I will have her sign a prenuptial agreement just in case. We don't need her. what we'll do is, if we ever get divorced, we'll just have to cut the show right down the middle, and you'll get road, and I'll have soda.
If we ever get divorced?
You gotta start thinking about these things, baby. Anything can happen. That's why I have a meeting with the lawyer tomorrow.
You're stupid.
Good lawyer, too.
Hopefully he doesn't blow down Adderall and right beforehand and have shitty Botox.
What a guy. You just robbed me of so many punchlines. Anyway, thank you everybody so much for having a show with us and enjoying this. Congratulations to Kristie. Thank you very much.
But first,
how about another word from our sponsors? If you or someone you know was tricked into marrying a person because they hid things about themselves, things that would be a deal breaker for any sensible person, call Goldberg, Berggold and Boldgerg Law Firm and Associates for all law. That's right, all law. Far too often are men and women hoodwinked into a long-term commitment by niceties, false impressions. What they think is a normal, all-together person turns out to be someone who could hardly be called functional. They will keep things hidden, like thinking that cows are different animals than bulls, or that they believe in psychics. They will get periods. They are needy, but then will say hurtful things thinking they are being funny. Whines about just ordering dinner, calling it dinner duty. Burps louder, longer, and deeper than you can. The list goes on and on. It happens and no one blames you. Don't be afraid, there is a way out. Call Goldberg, Berggold and Boldgerg Law Firm and Associates for all law. We are the representation you deserve. Hello, yes, we're back. Thank you. They tried to cancel us, but the people were worried. Where's my news? They said. They said they got rid of it. There were two to the point.
Mm-hmm. And then what
they
else?
They were trying to control us.
Right.
And that the media, the big media, didn't want us telling people what's really going on out there.
But the Chodies.
They
fought for us.
What's up, Chody? What's up, Chody? Speaking of which, I call this article. Why did I do this? I called this article Hall of Famer. Ready? I don't even know why I called it Hall of Famer. Arizona man faked his own kidnapping to avoid work. That's why he's a Hall of Famer. Fucking.
I dig it.
Go for the gusto, baby. Fucking go all in. Arizona police said a man who claimed he had been kidnapped later confessed during an interview that he made up the story to avoid work.
Sorry, can't come.
Once you get that far, bro, you can't. No turning back. There's no turning back.
Why can't your grandma couldn't die? You know what I mean?
I know.
My great grandma died.
Look, I guarantee.
A dog's got to go to the vet.
You think this guy started with that? You think he started with kidnap? No. They're like, how many times is your grandma gonna die this month?
How many grandmas you got? Dude?
How many dogs you got?
Blended families, lots of grandmas.
And he's just like, I'm kidnapped. Right. They're letting me text my work to let them know I'm not gonna be coming in because I am kidnapped. I said, I need to speak to somebody. And they're like, you want to call your mom or something? No, I need to tell my job. I'm not gonna make it.
Right.
Police said they found Brandon Souls near a water tower with his hands bound behind his. Oh, he went
that is
all
commitment.
in. Bound behind his. How did he tie his own hands behind his back? And a bandana
and
stuffed
a
in
banana.
his,
sorry,
a banana stuffed in his mouth. The Casa Grande Dispatch reported Wednesday. Solis told police that two masked men had kidnapped him, knocked him unconscious, then left him where he was found. Coolidge detectives conducted an investigation and found no evidence that a kidnapping assault had occurred. Solis reportedly admitted to the police that he made up the story as an excuse to not have to go to work. He was arrested February on false reporting to the police. Online records did not list an attorney for Solis, who might comment on his behalf. So basically, if you're an attorney, help this guy out. I think he really did get kidnapped. And it's probably like the Mexican mob that like works around in Arizona running meth. And they're like, you either make something up or you're going to be dead.
Yeah, but what about the detectives that were like, there is no fucking evidence of any kidnapping or assault?
I mean, it's easy enough to not, for one of the cops is also helping out these Mexican mafias run drugs.
Have you noticed that like when a lot of different situations come up, you'll relate it to like what's really going on is the mafia, and then you'll also use their ethnicity no matter what it is to tie into why your mafia answer. You do it a lot. I love it. I appreciate it.
Are you trying to say I'm racist?
No, you really like to say the mafia. I'm like, so here's these people I know. You're like, they're definitely in the mafia.
That's the mafia.
News article. Mafia. Mexican mafia. That's the Ohio mafia. That is the Russian mafia.
Would you feel better if I said gang? Mexican gang.
No, wouldn't. I would be saying the same thing to you, but I would be replacing the word mafia with gang.
Oh, I thought it was different.
And now, another word from our sponsors.
Tricky Dick's Hooky Excuse Hotline. Don't want to go to school, work, on a date, in-laws for the holidays? We've got an excuse for you. Goldfish has diarrhea. Cat has a dentist appointment. Son huffed all the gas out of your car. Wife accidentally used the jalapeno in place of a tampon. I've got all the best excuses. I make them up on the spot, so every excuse is new and unique for you and your situation. Here, I'll show you. Let's take a call.
Hi, my name is Billy.
Hi, Billy.
I'm in the 5th grade and I didn't study for my big test today. I need an excuse.
Yeah, this is an easy one. You're gonna want to say something along the lines, sorry, Teach, I can't make it to school because my mom's in the ER with a broke nose she got from a coke dealer, so I got no ride. See, I can do this all day. And for the record, I did not tell that one guy to fake being kidnapped. That was my blockhead of a competitor, Bobby 2 times excuses and more. That guy's a damn hack. To be honest, I don't know how he's still in business. Tricky Dick's Hooky Excuse and Hotline. Call today, and the first excuse is free. Free. Whoa. Free. Who wrote this shit? Free. No, hey, call today. First excuse is 20% off. Tops. And it's like that's half an excuse, 20% off. That's all I'm doing. Who wrote this shit? Was it you? Was it you? Don't look at me that way. Now, what you think just because you're my nephew, I'm not gonna hit you? That's exactly why I would hit you. I'll call your mother right now. Come here. Put your mother on the phone. I'm gonna let her listen while I hit you in the head. Come here. Come here. But don't use were you using an excuse on me? Were you using an excuse on me? Who are you talking? You can't use an excuse on me.
Please, Kristie, take away the next article, ahead of the curve. Where's that guy? Man, this is like some kind of... Oh, I know now. Please.
What the fuck did you call it?
What?
What did you call it? What's your tagline?
Ahead of the curve. Where's that guy?
Gotcha. Japan has appointed a minister of loneliness after seeing suicide rates in the country increase for the first time in 11 years.
Which means they were increasing 11 years ago, too. Which makes me say, where's that guy? The guy that his job is just to hang around and be a friend.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's like the
They need more of that guy.
A redeeming quality of this article. I already don't even want to read it. Japan has appointed a minister of loneliness in an attempt to reduce loneliness and social isolation among its residents as the country deals with rising suicide rates. Tomohiro Osaki reported for the Japan Times.
We're going to have mixers. We're going to set up dances, okay? Okay, we're going to do little meet and greets, brunches. We got to get you people. Come on. People, please fuck. Please. We're all dying. Please.
Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga
Good
appointed
job, babe.
Tetsushi Sakamoto, who is already a minister in charge of dealing with Japan's declining birth rate
Same, yeah.
and promoting regional revitalization, to oversee farts, pegging,
Wow.
deep throating, and
Jeez, this guy's
also
got a-
2 girls, 1 cup.
That's a fucking big job for this fella.
It
Look
really
at him.
is.
Look at him.
Yeah, I trust just
He's
by looking
in-
at it. Like,
yeah.
he gets it.
And he started out in the Ministry of Panties.
Right.
He's the guy that invented those vending machine panties.
The edible ones?
Oh, this guy right here.
For sure.
His favorite was licorice.
His favorite was banana.
Bandana.
Yes. The prime minister chose this douchebag for economic revitalization
babe.
when he was elected in September of 2047. Women are suffering from isolation more than men are, and the number of suicides is on a rising trend.
Nobody's fucking. Everyone's
He
killing each other.
said-
Please. Or killing themselves.
I hope you identify problems and promote policy measures comprehensively.
All right. Babe.
Does anything get good?
I wouldn't know.
Oh my God, this article is a
They're
fucking
like-
novel.
They're like, all right, we get it.
People
get
don't
it.
have jobs. Women aren't married anymore. They have to
Wow.
support themselves. I hate everyone. I'm
Get
done
down to
with
the
this.
last paragraph. Very last one. Before the italics.
The United Kingdom was the first country to appoint a loneliness minister in 2018.
Fucking losers.
After a 2017 report found that more than 9 million people in the UK said they often or always felt lonely.
Interesting. So that's all it takes to get a minister of loneliness. How
The
many people here feel poor? All right. Looks like we need a minister of for the poor.
It's just stupid.
Minister of
I mean,
poorness.
it's awfully lonely with this social media fucking generation. You know what I mean? I get it.
Yeah.
It's lonely.
I mean, this was before that. It's social media
This
like
is before?
cranks. Well, I mean, this is 2017, 18, but social media cranks it up because everyone's just like obsessed with the image in there, and it's more entertaining in there, and it just makes it even worse. But it's like a real sociological thing that the more sophisticated a society becomes, the more that the birth rates decline. It's like Greece, Italy, Spain, Japan. There's like a massive list of all these countries. They're first world countries, and it's shown that once as a society's like as they get certain things like women's rights, these things, the birth rates go way down because everyone stops fucking and having kids. Or not stops fucking. I mean, they're still fucking, but they're just not having kids. It's a very real thing since forever. You don't believe me?
No, I do. It was riveting. I love the article so much. I'd love to continue.
Well, let's fucking continue with the next one.
Oh, I like the tagline. I get it.
It says, "I'm listening. How does this work?" Here we go. Azalea Banks had a deeply transphobic response to a fan who told her she needed to convert to Judaism in order to become Jewish. That's
Wait,
not the
I
article
don't-
title that I was given when I saw this.
I don't understand what the problem is.
Right. So like when I only go off the title. When I saw
of
it,
course.
it says Azalea Banks uses converts to Judaism as an excuse for trans. It was like this. That's why I was like, how does this work? Because it was like she used Judaism as something like this.
Gotcha.
This title is completely different.
Like, obviously, whatever the transphobic response is shitty, but like someone told her she needed, in order to convert to Judaism, she had to become Jewish.
Right.
What's the problem there?
Exactly. That's not. There's no problem.
Order
That's like, yeah, that's how it works.
to be
You can't just go, okay, now I'm
Catholic.
Jewish.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some things that you can do that with, but the Jews got some
I
rules.
mean, like, let's at least figure out what she said that was so shitty.
Let's get into it.
Ooh,
Wait, you're getting ahead of me.
Oh my God, go ahead, read.
Azalea Banks came under fire in her comments about Judaism and trans women. That's what it says there. After a fan told Azalea Banks that she needed to convert to Judaism and not just get engaged to a Jewish man in order to become Jewish, the rapper shared a series of deeply transphobic remarks on Instagram.
So you're saying that I will not be Jewish?
That's not how it works.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, Banks took the social media platform on Sunday to announce her engagement to the artist Ryder Ripps and shared a picture of Ripps proposing as well as her new engagement ring, which featured A menorah. Wow,
Jesus
very festive.
Christ.
There we go. There it is. Really? He really went with the menorah? That's like me giving you a ring for your wedding with a Christmas tree on it. It's like, bro, that's not like, it's not even a Star of David. It's a fucking menorah. It's one holiday.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's like, here's your Santa Claus ring for, will you marry me?
Will you continue?
It's like, bro,
It gets so good.
this is ridiculous.
Her response was
I
the
said
best.
yes. Banks wrote on the image in the caption, I'm Jewish now. Mazel tov, bitches.
That's fucking amazing. She
That is
needs
how it
hand
works.
cream.
But the comments on Banks' post, a fan pointed out that Judaism doesn't work like that. We don't think she really thinks that. I mean, just by looking at it, we haven't read the rest, but all right, guy, lighten the
She
fuck
was just
up.
like, yeah.
I'm Jewish now, haha. Yeah,
Yeah.
lighten the fuck up, dude. Granted, that ring is fucking ridiculous. That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Unless it's some like heirloom in his family. That's the only way that would be okay.
Yeah, that's true too. But like, I probably wouldn't want to just like accept it like that. Like, oh my God, my menorah.
Thanks for the menorah.
Also, like,
When
you're
do I wear
Azalea
this?
Banks and a rapper, and he got you a fucking gold menorah ring.
What's up, baby? He's Jewish, baby.
So lame.
He's Jewish. Where's the diamonds, baby? Come on, I'll put a diamond or two on the. Don't worry about it. I just got engaged, cunts. I'm crying. I'm Jewish now. Mazel tov, bitches. And she says cunts. Wow. Doesn't work like that. Okay, Joey 10-pack. What do you know how anything works? The 212 singer then shared a series of transphobic remarks in a series of replies. Let's go ahead and read them. Well, I try to tell the trans girls that getting castrated doesn't automatically make them a female. But if society can do mental gymnastics to lie and tell them that an eggless person who still produces semen is a woman and let them rock, you are all going to bend the rules to accept this newly black Jewish coochie. I'm Jewish now. You can't stop me. And I think she really like went on the other side of it, because just like she said, it's but you're like, those people go through a process. You just got a ring. You didn't. It's not just, they don't just go, okay, snip, that's it. It's a whole process. It's like a very long process. Just like to become Jewish is a whole long process. You don't just get a ring. They don't just snip. There's a whole thing that happens to get you there.
Yeah, and isn't like the whole argument that sex is different than gender, anyways?
Yeah, I mean there should be that.
Yeah,
but I mean
isn't that
there are
what-
people that are like, no, it doesn't, nothing. There are people that are like that. Yeah.
So,
But yeah, of course it is. It's, it's such a muddy water situation. It's all so gray. Some people have ding dongs, but they like to have a vagina instead, and that makes them feel good and comfortable, and that's fine. But don't you fucking dare just say you're Jewish, okay? 'Cause it doesn't work like that, bitch.
I mean, I was kind of like thinking that maybe it wouldn't be so bad, but like she didn't just like say, oh, but trans people can say that they're a different gender after an operation. She had to say trans girls, eggless person producing semen.
Mental gymnastics.
Jesus.
She was already thinking about this. This was already on her mind. This is one of those things where it's like you get in a fight with your boyfriend, and then you're at work one day and somebody says something, and you're like, yeah, well, maybe if you clean up the fucking dishes. And you're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, there's no dishes around here.
Right.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about it. Huh? Okay, sorry. That's kind of what this was. The guy was like, it doesn't work like that. And she's like, yeah, well, maybe if these trans people weren't just walking around acting all trans, well, you'd get it? I'm like, sorry, I think
Yeah,
think
it's
this
pretty
is-
unbecoming. It's not very nice.
Do you think they can cancel her?
On Twitter?
Just in general, like if there's a lot of people, I feel like if they said that kind of stuff, they'd be canceled.
It's pretty bad. I mean,
Right.
well, it's not even. I
But how do you cancel a black female?
Babe.
She's untouchable. This is the only article you're ready. She's fucking going.
Babe, you're gonna go down a slippery slope right now.
I'm just saying, she's untouchable. You can't cancel her. That's incredible. I think that's good on her. Good for her.
I don't even wanna
She's
touch
living
this
freedom
conversation.
where only the insider. Do you think that's going to affect any of her like record deals or anything like that?
Yeah.
I fucking doubt it.
Oh my God. Yeah,
What happened?
I'm not touching where you're going.
Why not? I'm Jewish now. You can't stop me.
Because you're really into this thing
What?
right now, and I don't want to talk about it.
I think you're feeling a little uncomfortable. Banks continued sharing.
Is controversial.
Sucks. But I think it should be discussed. I'm just also making jokes on a joke podcast called Road Soda, so you know what? Banks continued sharing her thoughts on trans people and Judaism in subsequent comments, saying that because she had sex with a Jewish man, she was thereby Jewish.
Please read it.
Baby, fuck yeah, her unstoppable logic. Because why can you chop your cock and say you're a girl, but you can't catch the Jewish nut and be Jewish? Stop trying to exclude black people from everything. Real solid logic, like point to point logic. Like if it's like stepping over stones in a river, it's like I know exactly where she's going with the next thing she's saying. Nothing out of left field, nothing crazy that you have to like stretch your mind to get your head around.
This is kind of hard for me to wrap my head around, to be honest.
Yeah.
I hate everyone so much.
Isn't it? It's like, how does that even make sense? No one said this. Nobody said that. This guy, you don't even know if that guy is actually a white guy that said it.
Like, also, all he said was, doesn't work that way. That. Yeah.
And that's why she was like, oh, yeah, that's what I mean by this is something that's just, she's just been waiting. She's like, anybody.
Banks went on to say trans women are just hot gay boys with beat faces and plastic surgery.
You think she's like a little sour about somebody else that might be getting like some record deals right now that she's not getting those?
Oh, God. I can't even.
And another, Banks said trans women were, oh yeah, you just said that. I live for the trans girls, but the trans, what do you think that says? Shit is really a non-issue. Just gay boys on hormones using male aggression to force their ways into women's spaces. Okay. I think I kind of agree with that in certain aspects.
I know we're both thinking of the same thing right now, so yeah. I get it.
I can't say that's definitely not a blanketed statement, but in every group you're going to find one person or a couple people are a piece of shit. And I mean, there's
like those trans women that were like going in those weightlifting competitions. Like, number one woman in the world. Like, dude.
Weightlifting and wrestling, it's a little different.
Which sucks because then I want to be like really accepting and absolutely, and then it's like, where do you draw the line? Like, is that fair? And I'm like, that doesn't really seem fair.
You draw the line person by person. It's not, you can't just draw a line. That's the problem. Everyone's trying to draw lines. There's no absolutes. Some people are pieces of shit, and it doesn't matter if they want to trans or not. Like, if you want to transition into something else, that's fine. But if you're also a total douchebag, it doesn't matter what gender you are. You're still a douchebag. I shouldn't give you special treatment just because you decided to start changing your gender around. That's called merit-based. It's fine. Everybody can. I don't care if you're, shit. I'll send my kids to school with you. I'll pee in the same bathroom. If you don't want me to, I don't care. All that, literally live your, but it's like the special over the top. Then you start like forgetting some of the things where the guy, it's like, didn't you just beat the shit out of a girl? I think there was the one on Daniel Tosh that was actually really cool. The girl, it was a girl and she transitioned into being a boy, and then she was beating boys at wrestling. That's fucking amazing. Yeah. That's incredible. Right? Yeah. I think that's a fantastic, all around fantastic. It's just, I think it's all person by person. Yeah. Some people just suck.
Like I'm surprised that I'm not really excited to say a lot more, but I like to just be really honest. I'm surprised this whole article's really bringing me down.
Really? It's bumming you out?
Yeah, it's really, that's it. Yeah, it's really bumming me out.
This one's bumming you out?
Yeah, I really hate that sort of like ignorance and fucking delusion, and it just is, I don't like it. Don't taste good, don't like it.
Transphobia, anti-Semitism. Someone pointed out to Azalea Banks, she needs to convert to Judaism to be Jewish. And she responded with a transphobic rant that, like, what the fuck? Just say you don't understand Jewish culture and move on.
See, this is why I don't like it either. It goes down and people are commenting back, "Good morning, Azalea Banks is engaged to a Jewish man and it's not how you would expect." And somebody wrote, "I don't know how no one mentions how disrespectful this is here in the comments. My religion is not your jewelry." I hate everyone.
Yeah, everyone sucks.
This whole thing is going to
I'm a victim. Wait, no. Wait. Over here? I'm a little victim too. Okay. Yeah. Wait, no, back over here. Victim too. Victim as well.
No, you're appropriating my culture. Nope. No, you're appropriating my culture.
Well, it's because of my skin color. No, it's because of my dick. No, it's because you're a pussy. Ah!
Yeah, I can't.
How about some of you just really fucking suck? Get out of here. All of those who are saying anything right now, please stand and leave. Okay, everyone's still remaining. Let's have some fun. Let's get over all that shit and really... Let's move on to the next article, everyone that's still sitting here. This one just says... For what, babe?
I really bummed
We're on.
me
We're
out.
just...
Okay.
We're moving right along.
Okay.
Snap out of it, honey. We got news to do. Right?
This is showbiz, baby.
That's right. Showbiz. And I said, really? This is your article.
You said right?
Right? And
Chinese man causes power outage after trying sit-ups on 30-foot tall electric pole.
that seems like one of those ones that was just like a random word generator, you know? It was like adjective, noun, adjective.
Right?
And they're like, okay, sure.
Interesting. This Sunday, a weird incident occurred in China when an unknown man ascended an electric pole to perform stomach exercises. Excuse me.
Ooh, it's the best place to do it.
This
Everybody
bizarre workout causes a vast power cut. Bizarre stunts are popular these days. Assorted news features some unusual pranks or aerobatics.
Yeah, sure. It's.
What the fuck?
I think we
feel
get
like they
that
just
word.
made two words fuck.
I think they did, but I think we get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
On a daily basis, this time it is a Chinese guy who dares to climb.
Chinese guy. You can't just call somebody a Chinese guy.
Stop, babe. I was coming out of it.
I know.
Who dares to climb up a lofty electrical pole. He chose the pole as a terminus for his regular workout.
What?
Word salad.
Yeah. Just toss a little of that in there. What else we got? According. Is there
It went
you're-
viral on social media platforms with
Worth it.
1.7 million views of one hashtag about the incident. For safety purposes, the medical team reached the spot, prevented emergency.
Do you think he's like in jail or like some kind of an internment camp now? Do you think the government let him live?
Oh, also, the local power company initiated an emergency power cut affecting tens of thousands of households.
Yeah. Do you think he's alive?
Yes.
You think he climbed down off that pole and there wasn't like some Chinese authority standing there like, come on, buddy.
Do you want to see how this article ends?
Yeah.
This is not the only story about such reckless stunts, as a similar accident occurred last year when a drunk student climbed to the top of a utility pole in Athens, Ohio, who with a flash of light spined back to the ground. According to Athens police, the incident was reported at 19 Palmer Street. I know exactly where that street is. At Ohio University.
That's where all the crazy shit happens.
OU's
Ohio
the cool
and China.
place to go to school in Ohio. It's the party school. Yeah, Palmer Street. Yeah.
Do you want to watch this video real quick? Let's see what it looks like.
Yeah, I do. It's all your favorite things in one. It's the Asians and the Ohioans.
I don't like all the Asians.
You
babe.
don't like the Chinese, just the Japanese.
You know, the Japanese, the Koreans. I like them. It's a person by person thing, you know?
It looks like
Looks like he's having a rough time up there.
it really does. I also wasn't really expecting him to do sit-ups like hanging off the pole.
Yeah. He's like, I just need a bench. I need a bench. Yeah. One.
Why would that be what you would want to do up there? Why not like take your clothes off, spin around, something fun?
I don't know. A two. Or like juggle. Yeah, like do
I'm
anything.
sorry, what did you just do?
A trio. Yeah, he should be like, if he went up there and like juggled or something. Like, why
That's what I
are you
mean,
doing
yeah.
sit-ups? Like, that's not fantastic.
Why can't like the naked cowboy go up there or something?
Yeah, get
know what I
naked.
mean?
Get naked.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow. Interesting stuff, huh? Next article. Why don't you toss it back to me, Kristie? For
I was
once.
just gonna say that. A cat. I think you try to say a cat's a cat. Treat it like a cat.
Treat it like a cat.
A cat.
BC farmer grabs links by... Here we go. Let's bring this right up here. BC... What the... just happened? The whole show's ruined. BC farmer grabs lynx by scruff of neck, scolds it for killing chickens. Chris Paulson and his family captured and relocated the lynx after it killed 2 chickens. A farmer in northern British Columbia, this guy, who caught a lynx in his chicken coop on Sunday, didn't react the way one might expect. He didn't grab a gun or yell at the wild animal. Instead, Chris Paulson grabbed the lynx by the scruff of its neck, lifted it off the ground, and scooped it from the coop. He then gave it a gentle scolding. You want to watch the video? Mm-hmm. Check this out. I think this is so Canadian. Wait. We're gonna need sound, right? Yeah, that's not a part of it. Where's that fucking like beat music coming from?
I don't know. What are you listening to?
Oh, I think it's this actually. Oh, it's this. That's the music behind the dude doing sit-ups.
Stop.
Yeah.
Let's go see the damage you did, buddy. Yeah? Should we go see the damage
And that-
you did? How many chickens did you get? Hey, you got some.
I know.
Not good, is it? No.
Look at him. It's not good there, eh, buddy?
Oh my God, I love it.
I know. I hear it growling. So we're gonna.
I like that you can tell he's in trouble too.
Mm-hmm.
There's two. That's two of our new chickens.
It's just
Dude,
growling.
I love it.
I know.
This is
Pretty upset over there.
You like you
This
see how
makes me feel
upset it
good.
made everybody, eh? Dude,
I love it. That's
Mr.
how I like to yell at Ozzy.
Mr. Canada Award.
And now, another word from our sponsors.
Yeah, thank you there. Thank you. Yeah. Well, you know, I don't know what to say, really. I did what any right-minded Scotian would have done. I didn't panic because I seen him running around out back by the coop the past few days or so. And at first, I figured my coop was pretty solid, but after about 5 days, I went for my morning chick count and came up a chick short. So sure enough, I knew the fellow who'd done it. So I says to my wife, I says, next morning I'm staying out here because that bastard's still hungry. So I set myself up right down there in the coop with the chicks. And it was pretty easy to stay awake there because all their plucking and scratching and what have you. And fair enough, about 5 in the morning, I heard a gate squeaking while our little friend was trying to squeeze his way down underneath the gate there. So I grabbed him by the scruff and I showed him what a naughty kitty he'd been. And well, you know, that turned him around. Now he's got his own collar and food bowl and sleeping right down by my feet every night. And to be honest, any Canadian would have done the same. So I don't really think I deserve this. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, but Ozzy's not a wild lynx. Like
Yeah,
a lynx is probably the size of like a full-grown lab.
No, I know what a lynx is.
Yeah. And it's just like, I mean, a cat itself, I'm more afraid of just a regular house cat than I am a dog. Just because cats are so insanely unpredictable and they're so wily.
Pussy.
They're basically just a sack of bones with everything is sharp on their entire body, and if a cat wants to fuck you up, it can fuck you up so bad. Whereas a dog, I feel like even a big dog, like if you get it in the right spot, like you kick it in the fucking throat hard enough, like it might bite your arm. You're gonna sacrifice a bitten arm, but you got ways.
So
to, like,
you would
getting it off.
rather a pit bull clench its jaws on your forearm as opposed to some kitty scratches?
Yeah.
Oh
Because of the
my.
also
What, are
what
you
happens.
allergic to cats?
What happens after is just there's a thing called cat scratch fever. It's because there's literally like their cat shit under their fingernails. The bacteria in their mouth is like one of the nastiest.
Yeah, but that's like so rare.
What, getting bit by a cat?
Oh, I can cat scratch fever.
No, it's not. My mom almost had her leg amputated because she was bit by one of our cats. If you get bit by a cat and you don't immediately go get infection shots, it's over. She literally got bit at night that it was so painful the next day. Her whole leg. She went to the hospital. It was here. She went to the hospital and the doctor was like, if you came in like a little later, we would be taking your fucking leg off.
I know it happens, you know, but like I feel like I hope someone else is like laughing at you out there.
Yeah,
with me,
well,
'cause
that's
it's
because
like
whoever's laughing at me has just hasn't experienced it. If your cat really wants to fuck you up, it's just like it's just trying to grab it. At least with a big pit bull, I've got something to fucking grab. It's not gonna like weasel its way out of my hands and claw my face. Like I got something to fight against. You know, I could fucking break one of its arms with like a chicken leg.
Dear God, for any listeners out there, please write in. Tell us what you think. Would you rather fight a cat or a pit bull? And which one scares you more? Which one do you think could cause more damage? I'm not talking about the really nice, little pit bulls that are just beautiful. This isn't like a pit bull
I don't
shaming
care.
thing. I'm just
Give
thinking
me
of a dog
any
with a strong
size,
jaw.
any size of pit bull. I'm less afraid of a dog. I don't care what dog you got. I'm less afraid of your dog.
And you're supposed to protect me from
than a vicious, angry cat. They're fast. They're unpredictable. You can't get a hold of them. They're slippery. They're moving around.
What the
They're
fuck
fucking
are you
sharp.
talking about?
I'm telling you. At least
What?
I'm telling you.
The fuck are you talking about?
And this is just a dog-sized fucking cat. And this guy goes in there and he grabs it by the scuff of the neck and he goes, "Oh, what are you gonna do there,
oh
buddy?"
my god, you're talking about a cat like it's this dude. I would literally pay anybody to write. I'm going to be talking about this for quite some time.
Do it. I will fight this till I'll tell anybody. I don't care. I'm telling the whole world right now.
I do jiu-jitsu. I can get you to submit in 3 moves, but the cat, I cannot win.
You can't win with a cat.
Oh my god, this is fucking crazy.
You could throw the cat like a football against a wall, and before it even landed, it's already running, skittering back to you.
Are you like joking, or are you just like really drawing
This is
this
a serious
out?
thing.
Because
No, this is a
you
serious
like
thing.
look serious, and this is the most
seen
laughable
the
thing I've
video?
ever heard you say.
You ever seen the video of the guy trying to wrangle a cat? Oh no, he was sitting at like it was one of those news things like, "We just got this one at the pound. Come get this cat." And the cat started like attacking him and like bit his leg. Oh, that poor fucking guy. He was done.
I can't with this anymore.
Nah,
This is
I'm not.
upsetting.
I don't like, because I have less control with a cat. With
I
a
just
dog,
couldn't
I
disagree more.
have
What?
so much more control.
Is it just because you guys have only had like Shih Tzus? Have you ever like
No,
been
no.
around fucking aggressive dogs? You can't just, you could punch a dog in the fucking face.
You kick it in
and
the
it's not
throat.
going to let you, it's not going to drop
Right.
you. It's a cat.
Right.
I've been
You can
bit by
kick-
cats. I've
you
had
can-
I've had
Yeah,
cats
but you
draw
have
blood,
cats-
and I'm not scared of
But-
cat. It's a
Right.
it's a
I've had
cat.
cats draw blood too. It's there's a level of intensity with when a cat's like backed into a corner and it's truly like
Babe.
got that
And all 9 pounds of him, I'm really threatened. Like, what
more threatened
are
than
you
a big dog. Yeah.
talking about?
The biggest dog. Give me the biggest dog any day, and I would rather have
Oh my god.
it'll probably bite through my arm. I might even lose my arm.
Oh my god, dude, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Dude,
But I would
it's like the
prefer it.
toxins
It
in
doesn't
their fur. It can kill people. They're these lethal little things crawling around, and everyone has them as pets, thinking they're safe, and they're just these cute little cuddly things, and you have no idea.
Oh, they
It's
are.
like a shark. It's
They are.
I
They're
would
land
rather
sharks. You're right. They're land
I would
sharks.
rather wrestle a shark than a cat. It's
No. They're those two things.
What
if
am
we
I
could
most
get away,
afraid of? The average house cat. So unpredictable. Like, dude, you cannot be serious right now. Oh my god.
At least I'm not
this is
afraid of a thing that doesn't even
hilarious.
have legs.
I would say that most people are more afraid of snakes than they are the average house cat.
Right. And I don't say I'm afraid of cats.
You did say that.
I'm more afraid of cats than I would be a dog. Like a vicious cat versus a vicious dog.
I would be
Like,
scared of a snake more than a cat or a dog. Yeah, that's like that's a general fear. Oh, you scared of snakes? I get it. Oh, you don't like spiders?
no.
I get it. You're like, the house
I get all
cat
that
is
stuff.
a very, very
Right. I'm not saying like
tricky pest.
I go into a room and I cower from my house cat. I love
No,
cats.
I know,
I pet them, but
I know.
you never know. Mm-hmm. You can't trust a cat. You can't
Yeah,
trust
I know.
them.
They're dangerous.
Extremely.
I know.
Extremely fucking
Have you
dangerous.
seen the lady that lost all 4 of her limbs just by having a house cat? It's crazy. It is crazy.
No, we
So
haven't heard of that
unpredictable.
lady. You know why? Because the cats took care of her. That's why we haven't heard of her.
I can't wait for Nelly to tell me what Jeff thinks.
Go ahead. Tell him. I would rather fight a big dog, any day of the week. Fuck that dog up. Fuck it up like a chicken wing.
But the cat, I cannot
Can't even get a hold of it.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about cats. Anyway, you want to read this next article? Because you're being so rude.
I can't help it. I can smell your pussy from here. Lawmakers worry that sales tax exemption means women will buy too many tampons.
And won't they, Kristie?
What?
Won't they?
I don't know, Isaiah. You are clearly using higher absorbency than I do. This doesn't even make sense.
Why not?
Many states across the country typically host a sales tax holiday, which exempts certain items from sales tax usually once a year.
There's actually like a big thing in politics that because things that are a necessity like food, there's no sales tax, and tampons should be not have sales tax. But this guy's like, what are you talking about? We could never do that.
Yeah, so this 3-day summer weekend exempted purchases of clothing $100 or less per item, computers $1,500 or less, and school and art supplies $100 or less per item. But a proposal to include feminine hygiene products... What?
They'll just stock up for the whole
During
year.
Tennessee's sales tax holiday faces resistance from lawmakers, and I'm not making this up, concerned about the lack of a limit on those purchases. It's just like you and your lack of understanding for periods.
I know.
I'm sorry.
They're just going to buy the...
It's like obviously dude lawmakers. Like, what?
He's got a point. They just don't. They won't know when to stop.
Oh my God!
Them.
It's true. This is what it says next. It's true. Tennessee lawmakers have indeed figured out what women have been plotting for years. We have, in fact, been secretly hoping that the sales tax holiday would be extended to sanitary products solely to go on a shopping spree. It's part of our plan to take over the world.
Jeez, I thought
really
Forbes.
like that.
I thought Forbes wrote like, like pieces. And I didn't know they were trying to get into the comedy game. Let me guess. This is written by a Kelly Phillips. She's like, so what weekend is that?
I changed all the alarms on my phone.
And turned them way up so when we record, everyone has to hear it.
No, I just the alarm that goes off when it's Ozzy's dinner time, it barks, and the boing boing. It's my birth control alarm. Just a good one. Right?
I thought it was
funny.
your change tampon alarm. You got to go into your stockpile. We all know how these women are.
As long as there's no cats in there, I'll be okay.
You're fucking right. You're fucking
really
right.
lose a leg. Oh my God, dude. Holy shit. Anyway, this is
Why don't you go inside to the nice old lady sitting in there?
Amazing.
Why don't you go inside to the nice old lady sitting in there who almost lost her leg to a cat?
Yeah, no, I'm sure it
Start
happens.
cracking those jokes to her.
I would, and I would tell her what a pussy she's
You think
raised.
that's oh yeah?
Yeah.
You think that you think if your leg got bit, it wouldn't almost have to be amputated?
How come with all my cat bites, I've never had any incidents? There's no fever.
The cat bit down to her bone on her shin.
Okay.
And the bacteria in the cat's mouth is vile, and it got into her bloodstream, and she got a vicious infection in her leg overnight.
Yeah, babe. I'm not. The seriousness in your eyes right now. I'm not like discrediting what your mom went through. I understand these things happen, but to say that that's like the norm and cats are these
I'm not saying that.
crazy, unpredictable,
I'm not saying that.
scary things. I'd rather fight a pit bull or a Great Dane who drank a Mountain Dew than wrangle a cat. Like, it's just silly.
You know what's silly is a Great Dane drinking Mountain Dew. They would never do that. You're fucking stupid. You're stupid. And I didn't say any of that. You said that. I'm just saying, if it came down to it and someone's like, would you rather be put in this cage with this cat who's going to go fucking ape shit and try to hurt you, or this dog? I'd be like, give me the dog. Please.
I think most of society would agree with you.
They wouldn't choose the cat.
They would, they would.
I'm not saying that this
most
is...
of society would definitely choose the dog.
I'm not saying that this is a widely thing, like a widely, holy shit, a widely accepted or even the status quo. Like, no, most people wouldn't. Most people are more afraid of dogs.
Well, I would say like the damage that a big dog could do when being aggressive or unpredictable, as both can be, I think it is far more damaging than a fucking cat in this rare occurrence of
But what I'm saying is I'm not afraid. I know I even said that I'd probably lose my arm. There's some dogs that would bite straight through my bone. I would definitely have more pain inflicted on me. But my chances of defending myself against the dog, I feel, are greater than the fucking cat. Because I can't even I feel like that's
pin
him down.
I feel like that's a joke. I feel like if you wanted to write a new stand-up routine, you wanted to include that in there. Like, the joke would be, I'd rather fight a big dog than these cats, and everyone would be like, oh yeah, I know cats are so crazy.
No one would laugh at that because it's not a joke. Last article. Let me mansplain this one to you. Rooster lands in police custody in Telangana.
I like this.
Or was it a chicken? We'll never know. Anyway, here we go.
There.
The incident took place in Lothuner Village, and the rooster is currently in... Hold on, where was the actual... In a rare incident, a rooster landed in custody of the Gentile... This is word made up. Police here in the connection with the death of a person. This rooster murdered somebody. The handcuffs don't even fit all the way around his leg. How did they get him? Also, I would rather... never mind. I had to think about it for a second. The rooster is currently in Gallipoli Police Station. Tanagula Santish, a resident of Lothunar, god dang, organized an illegal cockfight. Ooh, baby. When he was trying to tie a knife to the rooster's leg. The knife accidentally pierced into his private parts, his cock. Locals rushed him to Jagtil Area Hospital, where he was brought dead. Oh, so he died before he even got there. That fucking rooster did a number on... That cock did a number to his cock, baby. He's like, you want a cockfight? Let's do this thing.
Right?
Give me that knife. I'll be fighting some cock. Give it right here, boy. Gallipoli Street... Gallipoli C. Jivan said that the rooster was brought to the police station to make sure no harm comes to it. Well, this thing's got to have a good... We can't just kill this rooster. We got to take... It's got to go to trial. Mm-hmm. It's got to be a whole homicide report. I think that's the whole thing, right?
That's it.
Sweet and to the point.
I like that.
Killer rooster.
God, almost as dangerous as the killer cat.
More dangerous.
Nothing is more dangerous than the killer cat.
No, cats can't hold weapons. This rooster had a weapon. It had a knife.
The cat's paws are weapons. Don't you know?
Yeah, well, a rooster has talons, but there's knives are bigger and it does more.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not walking around biting people, getting all these limbs amputated.
Let me give a rooster a knife and see what kind of damage it'll do.
So you'd rather fight a cat than a rooster?
No, I'd rather fight the rooster because I could really punt the rooster.
Because
and really...
Oh, so like the
Plus
similar
the rooster doesn't
size,
have
the similar
and
size.
It's also it walks. It walks on the only thing that it could really get you with. Mm-hmm. So it can't like get you and walk.
What if it flies back to you? It has wings.
I would just run to the nearest horde of cats and let the cat take care of the rooster.
The world's deadliest animal, the house cat. Protect yourselves. Dude, I can't. Shit. It's so good. Steve Irwin was killed by a stingray. Good thing he wasn't showing off house cats.
Good thing he wasn't playing in a kitty litter. He would have been dead a long time ago.
Oh my god.
Working at the pet store, you think it's dangerous?
Oh my god. How much do they get paid to deal with all those?
Not enough.
Oh
you think
my god.
Do you think Tiger King was fucking dangerous hanging around with all those tigers? Try working at the Petco. All those cats.
With all those fucking house cats.
Yeah, with all those fucking
unfucking real, dude. Yeah, I never even thought about.
Well, that's the news, everybody. Thank you so much. How about another word from our sponsors?
This episode of Road Soda is brought to you by Schmittler's Pest Control.
We are widely known for eradicating the hook-nosed shrew in the Tri-County area. Our final solution was so thorough, we almost put ourselves out of business. No one has seen a shrew in 3 months. Thankfully, we also specialize in mangy bisexual conquistador control. With the shrews gone, there has been an uptick in mangy bisexual conquistador activity. Try these steps to stop the problem before it starts. Keep indigenous tribesmen activity to a minimum. Nothing attracts the mangy bisexual conquistador like a native ceremony. Keep gold and valuables and other treasures out of sight. Don't play techno too loud. And most important, call Schmittlers immediately before your house and your land are stolen and your children slaughtered. Maybe raped, depending on the time of year. So call now, 1-999-9999.
Millennial Book Club. Millennial Book Club. Mangy bisexual conquistadors.
I like it. Mangy.
I don't. We got a real problem with them around here.
Go on.
You find them in the weeds. You go outside, and before you know it, they're climbing up your trees. And I'm pretty sure mange is like contagious, and I know bisexuality and homosexuality.
You know bisexuality?
Definitely contagious.
Oh, for sure.
So they're really roughing up the area. They're really screwing things up for just about everybody.
Do you think that being
Yes.
a transvestite is also contagious? Because I am currently still transitioning. Are you concerned that you too may turn into...
I got my vaccine, so no. I got the shots, but yeah.
But if I become a boy, you could become a girl. Have you ever seen the movie Junior with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Where he gets pregnant?
Well, I think there couldn't be think of a better actor for them to be like, who should we make pregnant?
Can't.
And then who should we put next to him? Danny DeVito.
Dude, can we please watch that?
But we have to, maybe after we watch Dirty Old Men.
Grumpy Old Men and Grumpier Old Men is the better one, but you have to see them both.
I think there should be a Dirty Old Men.
Just like Shifty?
Yeah, just like Shifty. This is the Millennial Book Club, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the Millennial Book Club, the MBC.
BBC.
Stands for Big,
British
Black.
Conquistadors.
Those are different. Those are great. You want those in your neighborhood. This is the Millennial Book Club where we're not reading. There's no books because books are boring. I think they're on their way out. It's like antiquity. Who owns a book? You own a book? No. So we're just watching Netflix. Netflix originals.
Only.
And we only gave you like a month
Yes.
to watch The Dig. The Dig.
I dig it.
I dig it. And that's a wrap. I think they should have named it something different.
Like what?
I don't know. I mean,
The
it's
ship, the treasure.
the diggity.
I do like that.
I mean, it just seems so, it's almost too simple. It's almost too like, and it's almost like it makes it more grandiose. I mean, it is a pretty cool big thing, but it's like The Dig. And
Yeah, but isn't it like one of the greatest archaeological finds?
I mean, as far as Britain's concerned, probably.
Yeah. I like it. I think it has deeper meanings as well. You know, like
Dig,
it's
yeah.
so much of it is about the dig and all these things that are going on
Right.
during the dig. But that's what it's about, and I like the title.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, how do you feel about the movie? What'd you think?
I really liked it.
You did?
I was anticipating not liking it or getting bored and wanting to turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like there were outside the times I was like laying on your lap, I would like sit up and put both of my hands under my chin. You know, I was like, yeah, I was like definitely in it like that. I loved it. I mean, I don't know if I would necessarily say like absolutely must watch. I was also thinking while we were watching it, like what are we going to call the thing that's in between? Watch it if it's there and absolutely must watch. Because like it's not like, I'll watch it if it's there. Like you should watch it. It's really good. But I'm not going to like run around and be like, oh my God, have you seen?
Must watch it if it's there.
How about suggested?
Suggested. Firm suggestion. Strong suggestion.
Suggested.
Suggested. Just suggest. Not even a strong suggested. I want to read this where it says here, on the eve of World War II, a British widow hires a self-taught archaeologist to dig up mysterious formations on her land, leading to a staggering find. And that's what Netflix says. I always like comparing them. Let's see what old Google says. In the late 1930s, wealthy landowner Edith Pretty hires amateur archaeologist Basil Brown to investigate the mounds on her property in England. He and his team discover a ship from the Dark Ages while digging up a burial ground. I feel like they kind of spoiled it a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like this is a history thing.
I mean, they do say it's like
real
a
thing.
staggering find, even in here, don't they? Leading to
Right,
a
what's
staggering
staggering,
find.
but I mean, that's kind of like it being a ship is kind of like, that's why
I'm
it
sorry,
was like.
did they say the word ship in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Discover a ship from the Dark
It was
Ages.
in and it was out.
You don't listen.
I try really hard.
You're just waiting. You have something to say and you're waiting to say the thing you want to say.
No, that's you.
No, I am listening. That's why I don't, not miss the word
Well,
ship.
I just don't think that you have time to listen because you're the one that's always trying to talk.
I'm sorry. Psych! Anyway,
Thanks,
so
interesting turn.
it was very, it leans more towards the effeminate, like it's more for like a female, but it's also made in a way where as a male or a husband or somebody else, you could sit through it and find enough interest in what's going on because essentially it's just this story of them digging up this amazing find, which is amazing. And I think the story of Basil Brown and his like wanting to be recognized, and he had no official training, but the fact that he did this is very fascinating. But because they turn it into a movie, they're like, there has to be love interests and there has to be this whole other thing. So they layer that on top of it to really zhuzh it up.
It wasn't. That's what I liked about it, was that I didn't feel like there was so much love interest. There was like
Right.
a little bit, but it wasn't.
You could really tell it was like they added it because they're like, we kind of need it.
Yeah, just a little
touch,
little like Salt Bay of it.
right? Like
Yeah.
it was almost like it would always cut to that one girl who was the wife of
Peggy?
What was her? What did he keep calling her?
Margaret.
What would that? Was such a weird writing and directing and choice because it's so absurd. It's so outstandingly absurd. It's like, I get that they were trying to really drive home this little understory
Yeah.
of this man being a gay and his wife like marrying this lady just to keep up appearances.
Do you think that Peggy was concerned because she also found out it's contagious?
Probably. She knew. She's like, yuck, ew, yucky. I don't want to also be, a gay. Everybody knows that.
No, but yeah, it was. I mean, it's obviously interesting choice, but not really weird at all. You know what I mean?
No, I think it's a little absurd in the face of something that's very real. All this is very, very real. And I think they did enough with all of the other hints that he was a little light in the loafers. They didn't have to almost comedically have him calling his wife by a different name. Like that's absurd.
I thought that Peggy's just short for Margaret.
I'm sorry? That's a different name.
What they were saying though.
I thought he was just misinterpreting her name. I thought. I'm sorry. That's a completely different name, babe.
But I thought in the beginning you're like, this is Margaret, and she's like, my friends call me Peggy. You know what I mean? I thought
from the beginning, anytime he said Margaret, she goes, actually, she goes, it's Peggy. I never heard it I was paying attention pretty. Yeah, please Google this because
Peggy is short for Margaret.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's what I thought. I didn't know that,
sense.
but when they said that, I'm like, because working at the salon, there are so many Peggys and Barbaras and shit, and I've never known what Peggy.
Peggy.
I love you.
Look at
I never
Peggy's
knew what
fat
Peggy
ass.
was short for, and when they said Margaret, I'm like, oh my fucking god, Peggy is short for Margaret.
Peggy's short for piece of ass. I'm sorry, that's my. Bull, dang it, Bobby. Peggy's short for piece of ass. Is that better? Peggy's short for hot tail. Peggy's short for BJ Queen.
Peggy's short for keep it up, and you're gonna get pegged later.
Ooh, pegged later. That's his line.
I love that show.
If you're listening to this and not watching on the YouTube, her face tells a different story.
Anyway. Peggy,
Anyway.
and what the fuck was his name?
I don't even fucking know.
The only thing I was like,
Joe Schmo.
I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was like super absurd. Maybe I've just known like a lot of, or at least a good handful of people in my life that have been in relationships or marriages in that situation. The only thing I didn't understand was their age difference supposed to be very apparent or overlooked?
I just think it's supposed to be a time thing. I mean, yeah, he looked a lot older, but I would say he was probably between 5 to 10, or supposed to be.
Yeah, I felt.
But it's definitely, he is an older, more accomplished in this world of archaeology as a professor, and he married somebody who's like fresh out of school.
That's
as a
what
beard.
I thought. I thought she had like late 20s vibes, mid to late 20s, and he was like 50s.
I didn't know. No, not 50s.
There was so much gray, so many wrinkles. I just thought and that's what I couldn't figure out. I'm like, are they supposed to be playing people that are closer in age? Because everything about their mannerisms, their personalities, their looks, everything, it was so drastic.
Yeah.
Of an age difference.
Yeah. They really kind of turned it up to let you to like, because that's like this side story that they tried to add to it was her little tale. And it seemed like they were trying to make it like crank it in so many ways so that you weren't lost on what was happening. And because of course at that time, I mean, even still in certain places in society, like if you're even actors, there are actors who have beards because it's just better for appearances. Their publicists are like, you probably shouldn't. It's not fitting your image really. So if you could continue, because you're not going to get these roles that you're supposed to, and so if you could just marry this lady and then have a couple of appearances, you could still do whatever with your friends, with your buddies, pal around, and that's still something today. But back in academia in England, I mean.
And what was I think it was it 1939 or something like that?
Yeah, this is 1939 in World War II. The guy that like was probably one of the single-handed. If you had to pick like one person in the war, and outside of like a politician, it would be what's his name? Something Turing. What's his name? John Turing, the guy that he didn't invent the computer, but he essentially like redid the computer and is like the father of computing. Mm-hmm. And he created this computer that would break the German codes, and like it was the Enigma machine, right? Okay. And he ended up getting, he was a war hero. It was because of him that we literally won the war. And shortly after, he was charged for being homosexual, and they castrated him and he killed himself. So this time it was illegal to be gay in England especially. And so it's like not everybody really is in tune with that today. So they try to turn all these things up. Like this older guy just married some girl, and they both kind of know it's a lie. They know it's like,
I also didn't really think about that like time period where I think a lot of older men were like marrying younger women.
Yeah, which is also common.
I didn't think about that at all when we were watching it, actually.
And
I thought it was like interesting. I understood the dynamic. I liked it. I didn't hate the story, obviously, because I have a vagina. So I was like interested, or I wasn't turned off. I wouldn't say I was interested because I didn't like love it, but I wasn't turned off by her just like really wanting to just rub one out. You know what I mean? Or like that pull of her understanding, like this younger woman, and she gets to go take part of this awesome fucking project. She thinks it's because some sort of merit or anything that she has, and finds out that it's not at all. It's just because you're some tiny little bitch and you can come here and do this.
You're educated in this field, and you're very light.
Yes.
Which even at that time, I mean, even at this time, I feel like a girl would just be like, just cool. So I lucked out that way. I'm here. I'm doing it. Like,
yeah, and I think she was like, obviously, like every woman's gonna be like kind of disappointed about that, and it's obvious she's like riding the coattails of him, or is like very enamored with his, maybe not status, but like his brain, who he is, whatever, and just thinks that like, oh, this is the epitome, or like something coming to fruition of what I thought I was supposed to want, and then realizing and getting in these super big fucking moments with other people that are discovering all this stuff. It was just so many like coming to, not like a coming of age moment, you know what I mean? But like all these
Changes,
people were,
big
yeah,
changes.
like
these people were digging into themselves and discovering their own treasures. The Dig. This Sunday on Hallmark.
oh my God, I love that.
It really seems like a zhuzhed up.
But I enjoyed her struggle.
Yeah, it's like a really zhuzhed up, nicely painted Hallmark film.
God, couldn't disagree more. I know that you didn't like it as much
Lifetime.
as I did. I really liked it because it was very easy to watch.
Yeah.
It had enough suspense building that you wanted to know what was going on. But in the same time, I think my favorite part about it, and what you said earlier I really liked. What did you say? Fuck. I don't know the way you
Maybe
worded
if you were
it.
listening.
I was going to say a similar thing, except in a different way, where I liked that it's somber. There's lots of disappointment. There's lots of loss. Like that is, this like almost impoverished people. You know what I mean? There's like, but at the same time, they had it was just very like raw and gritty and natural, but it almost felt romantic and not like rom-com, like romanticism or like the romantic era.
Yes, romantic.
But they're not all into these like big looks and this beauty and this like the extravagance of the romanticism, but it just had this feeling that I just fucking loved, and the way they captured it, it just was like almost conflicting but still so romantic, and then you're digging all this shit up, and obviously I like stuff like that. I just was so many things that I enjoyed. And it wasn't this amazing acting and this crazy huge story, but it was enjoyable and easy to watch. And I wanted to know what happened, and I liked the characters, and I felt for them. And I liked too, I was thinking about, we've watched so many period pieces like that. And I feel like today when people make those, they really fucking turn it up. That's why we're always talking about the saturation of the film or the costumes and all the shit that they do. And I felt like they still had such a big romantic vibe in this era, but they didn't fucking zhuzh it up in that way. It was all just very plain. That's what I really liked.
So you liked that it was kind of, because almost in its way of being plain, there still was this poise, like this. It is
Perfect
very.
word.
I mean, these people, they all had some kind of. They weren't like dirt poor kind of thing, but
not
just back in the
pretty.
Not Briss is pretty, but even him. I mean, you saw his fucking house. He had like a lot of property and like barn, all kinds of shit going on. So it's not like he was struggling to get by, but
dirty and doing real life stuff.
Yeah, but that was the time. Like even the people that were well off and still had that level of poise, people don't realize like how gross it was.
That's like
just in general.
Literally, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like when you watch fucking Ratched or Bridgerton or fucking Marie Antoinette, they take these time periods and everybody is so done up. These costumes are so elaborate. They've turned up all the colors. They've made it. Exactly, they've taken out that raw grittiness of it.
They want it to pop. They want it to be different. But and I think a lot of people maybe would prefer if they did the Dig this way, but being based on a historical event, I like that they kept it very you don't need to crank it.
I love that it wasn't fucking Nicole Kidman out there digging. Like it just, I love that part, and I think that is this romantic vibe that I loved so much, and I really liked that about it a lot.
Yeah, the actor of Basil Brown, he is probably one of like the top like prolific actors. The guy's been in fucking everything. He was everything. He was in Schindler's List. He was in The English Patient. He was in The Grand Budapest Hotel. He was in all the Harry Potters as fucking Voldemort. He was Voldemort. He was in Red Dragon, Skyfall. So he was in 007 movies. The guy's like
I didn't know that.
Big. Oh yeah.
Did you know that right away?
Yeah, as soon as I saw his face, he's one of these. There's a few actors, and he's one of them. There's a few actors in Hollywood where every time you see them, you know they're an actor, you know they're familiar, but you really don't access their full like portfolio of work, their full body of works. And when you look into it, you're like, oh my God. And it's because they're so good at acting.
Yeah.
Like there's some people that act, doesn't matter what role you put them in. It's like, that's fucking Seth Rogen. He's not acting like anything else. But Daniel Day-Lewis, from movie to movie, he's a completely fucking different person. So it's like, you only remember the character. You don't remember the actor. And he's one of these guys that's just, I mean, you look at after we brought up the picture of the original Basil Brown. Hold on. What was Basil Brown, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but we looked up a actual picture and they fucking did a great job.
Yeah, they really did.
They did a great job. Let's see. So here's the actor, right? I'm sure everyone can see that. And then we have the fucking dude right here. They did a fucking
really good
dope
matchup.
job.
Yeah.
I mean, they picked, and then
I even feel like you can see the way he carries himself and this like demeanor he has, and I feel like that guy really captured it. Look right there.
Yep. That's this guy. This guy was Basil Brown when he was acting. That's what those actors are. They literally are becoming like different things. That's why you can't remember all the fucking movies he's in. I think it's he's a.
I think I'm just not a nerd of all the movies. That
I'm
he's
the only
in,
way
so.
I know is because I looked it up. Because when I saw him, I was like, dude, this guy, and I mentioned it to you. I was like, I think the last time I saw him in something, he was a bad guy.
You did say that. I
Yeah.
think the only movie I've really watched out of all the ones you listed was like Schindler's List. I mean, I've like seen Harry Potter, but I'm not really into Harry Potter.
Right.
I don't
The
really
English
get
Patient
it.
is like one of those award-winning, like The English Patient.
I've never even heard of it.
Really? Oh, it's fucking huge. And now, another word from our sponsors.
She was a lonely widow.
I'm all alone.
He was a guy who knew how to use his tool. Using my tool's all I've ever known. She had a treasure,
I've got a treasure.
and he knew just how to get to it. I'll find that treasure. Right, I will. See the new skin flicks critics are calling ballsy and erectifying. Oh my, now that's a treasure. I think we should put it somewhere the whole world could see. And just when things couldn't get dirtier,
Dig deeper. Oh, my treasure.
these summer nights, don't miss the dick.
Yeah. Nanny McPhee and something else.
Nanny McPhee. How do you rate it? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Did you tolerate it?
If I didn't like it, I would have been like, I gotta turn this off, or like gone and done something else.
Yeah, I don't even think you were like on your phone.
Huh?
I don't even think you were like on your phone.
No, I was too brain dead at that time to focus on two things, and I wanted to give my attention to the movie. So if I didn't like it, I would have been on my phone or something. So it's like I said, like at the beginning, it's interesting enough. It's more like they have all this like love stuff and deep, more emotional shit for vaginas, but then they know, but the actual substance of what it's based on is just interesting, and I think that, you know, digging things up and finding things and like, what is it, wanting to be recognized for something, or being not traditionally trained in something and be recognized. I think all those things are very, you can connect with as a male, and just as much as you can connect with all the female bullshit going around.
I also feel like the majority of movies that you watch would be like from the perspective of this museum making this discovery and taking it over and getting really excited, where I really enjoyed that you got to be a part of like Basil Brown's thing, and then seeing the fucking museum come in and want to do it, where normally you'd be like, yes, go get that, preserve that, do it. And you were like, no, get your big nose and grab my paws off of this.
Right. I mean, at the
so
end,
upset.
it wasn't that he didn't want it in a museum. It's just he wanted, look, I'm finding this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm here. I basically came out here, started digging and finding this, and you just show up and you're like, hey, nice, I'll take that. See you later.
Yeah, I just feel like a lot of movies or stories you see it because they want it to be so big and grandiose. I feel like Basil Brown's story is so understated and this like persistence, and so I feel like normal movies you would see this big exciting museum come in to do it, and you'd be on the museum side, and I just liked them.
Bunch of dicks. That guy, Mr. Phillips,
Big nose.
that dude is gonna be dead like tomorrow.
Why?
Just look at him. Just look at this fucking
What?
guy.
I didn't think he looks that old.
His face was purple, babe. Nothing. When you look upon that man, everything about him screams unhealthy. Screams he's pushing everything to its limits. Everything you can push to its limits. The guy is just.
I know, he looks like my grandpa.
Waiting for a string to snap. And how long did your grandfather live?
I think 88.
This guy's not living that long.
But my grandpa's nose looked like that, and everything is like one of those things where people are like, your nose never stops growing, and it got all big and cratery and gross.
Right. But it looks like that because of like alcohol, and because of there's a certain disease, I think, that actually makes your nose do that. Like, it's not a normal thing or like a genetic. I mean, you might be genetically predisposed to like having that disease or whatever that does that. But no, generally that's because of something else. You know, it's because you're not really. It's because you're drinking beers and eating potatoes all day, and you're just kind of out of shape and lazy.
I hated him so much.
And his face was just so purple, and that's also like his blood pressure was like his. You could have poked him, and you could have like laser beamed blood out of his face.
I also feel like he's the equivalent of no neck for big nose. Like, he's just so, and I no neck.
No, yeah, because he's just so. Yeah, the guy was taut, babe. You're
not listening to me.
No neck from the 90 Day Fiance. Big Ed.
Mm-hmm. That guy is I think the big nose of. He's the big.
Oh,
nose.
His nose.
Yeah, like his nose was so big and cratery. He had that thing where like the old men, their ears get so fucking giant and their noses get bulbous and huge and their pores are the size of pennies. And so I just feel like his was so exaggerated that I just felt like in the old man big nose world, he's Big Ed.
I guess so. I could say that. I mean, I feel like Big Ed's hits are special. That's special, babe. I mean, I think his nose is bad. I'm trying to bring him up. His nose is bad, but Big Ed that's a special neck.
That's all I could see.
Ken Stott. That's the actor's name.
Sounds appropriate.
Like, he looks British, and he looks like a person that would exist at that time. And just because, people's knowledge of like living a life like that, it was like on TV, like, take a spoonful of sugar. Like, literally, if you're taking some medicine, take a spoon. Like, all this stuff was, and these people are just eating fucking sugar. They're diabetic. Their feet are falling off. Their fucking blood vessels. He's drinking every fucking day. Smoking cigarettes. He's constantly sweating. I mean, it looks like he's gonna pop.
Hey, didn't you feel like Basil and Edith were gonna fuck? Like,
yeah,
what happened there, man?
He chose the high road.
Well, yeah, but like, that was a real twist I didn't see coming, and I also was pretty convinced his wife was his mother and not his wife at first.
Oh, because it was that bad.
Oh my God! Come on.
Tell me this guy's not about to just keel over.
I don't think
I mean, these pictures are like they're trapping him in a single moment in time. But when you see this man move, I mean, I think it's a combination of a little bit of makeup, a little bit of good acting. But I mean, that guy really looks like that.
What do you see when you look at him?
I see.
Nos.
Of course, I see. Oh
God.
I see a package trying to be delivered to the Grim Reaper.
That is a schnoz, dude. Did you see that one? Look at that.
This?
You
know what they say about a big nose?
Big dick.
Yeah, I guess. I was going to say you could smell really good. But, if you want to get your mind in the gutter, as you do, just constantly like...
That's just what my family says. Everybody always says big hands, big feet. It's big nose, big dick. I didn't know that.
If you... like when you were in like elementary school or like middle school, you ever seen like a goofy kid in class like, watch me make my face turn red?
Yeah.
It looks like that's how he lives. Like, he's living with his face. Like, when you force all the blood in your face, it looks like that's what's up. And he's just...
So how many years till you look like that?
TikTok. Me? I don't know, babe. I give it maybe 4 to 7 years. What do you think?
Oh, shit. I don't know, man.
Will you still love me?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
For sure.
If my teeth look like little
your teeth?
My teeth look like little black beans, like little yellow beans.
Black beans?
Little chick-like beans.
You got some chompers, dude. I think it'll be good.
Yeah, but if I start living a life like this guy, I think I can turn that around. What do you think? What do you think? I would say watch it. How about this? If you've got a girlfriend who's about to be on her period, give her some ashwagandha tea, give her a spoonful of molasses, crank this movie on, and just fucking wait it out, buddy.
I wasn't about to start my period.
No, I'm just saying, but this is a,
Yeah, it's a good period flick. I'll give you that. You're right.
And it's one, I mean, it could be a little more emotional for your period flicks as far as they go, but look, buddy, look, buddy, you're going to be sitting down and watching it with her, so you got to be something you can actually put up with.
The loss and the disappointment is deep. It's right underneath the layer, just like your period. Got this nice face on right under here.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
Like the all the emotion, the loss, the disappointment, the sadness
right.
is just right under the surface. It doesn't like flood the movie, but you can. I mean, her face.
Yeah, it's there.
It's right under her fucking face.
She
just
does,
like your period.
Just like your period, you can connect. And she's got some wicked heartburn. She's got some fucking crazy heartburn. This lady. She's like, oh, I got heartburn. You go to the doctor.
Doesn't want to tell her kid that she's fucking dying.
I know. I just think it's funny.
So where do you rate it? So you just watch it if it's there. If your girlfriend's
if it's there, put it in your back pocket, boys. And if you want to be the king of next period, whip that bad boy out. You're welcome. You're welcome, Mr. Hefe.
Yeah, you did really set it up. I think we pizzaed. Mm-hmm. We got a big pizza.
That was a good pizza.
That was a great pizza. And watch that movie. Yeah, that was pretty good. If I was on my period, that would have really done it for me.
Yeah. Yep. I think there you go. Now, if anybody else has any movie ideas like that, why don't you send them my way? roadsodamail@gmail.com. If you have any suggestions like that, you can also tell us what you think of The Dig if you watched it. And any other millennial book club that we have done, you can also tell us what you think of those. Next week.
You took the choice away from me. I appreciate it. Because you were saying too, I think I chose like the last one or two before that.
Yeah, I wasn't really giving a shit too much, and I still don't. I'm just taking a suggestion on somebody else that watched it. I had it pulled up. See, you're very worried that I like really care. So when you pick a movie,
you were just the last couple episodes you were teasing me saying Kristie chose it again, so I was just also making a joke.
Oh,
you took.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna let her choose that shit anymore. Because she chooses movies like The Dig, and it just smells like vagina
like
and all over
tampons.
it, like used tampons. I was gonna say it smells like vagina all over, but it's not so bad. It smells like a vagina in no good way,
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't like relate from personal experience, but
what was I gonna?
JK, you're gonna tell me what it is next week. You chose it. What is it?
It's right there. I start typing it. I had it pulled up. For this exact thing, but I think I started Googling other shit. So, that's what happens. Here it is.
I don't have anything podcast
I
related.
care a lot. A court-appointed legal guardian defrauds her older clients and traps them under her care. But her latest mark comes with some unexpected baggage. Rosamund Pike, Peter Dinklage. We know who that is.
Why do I know that name?
Because you know that man.
I do. Why?
Or that half that man. That's the actor that played Lannisters always pay their debts. Was it?
Oh, yeah.
Peter Dinkelberry.
Yeah, I love him.
Isa Gonzalez. Those are some of the actors there. But yeah, buddy of mine at work, he watched it. Mm-hmm. And he said it was good. So, and it is a new Netflix film. It seems like a lot of people are into it.
Didn't your other friend talk to you about it the other day too? Pat?
No.
You're right.
Mm-mm. Not about this. No, ma'am.
I thought you were like showing me somebody was texting you about it. I thought. I must have been listening really good.
Must be your other boyfriend.
Which one?
Right. You tell me. Anyway, everybody, if you watch that, you want to write in, be a part of the show, tell us what you think, and we'll, that way we can read it on the show. If you notice, we we never read it on the show because
That's not true.
what people say about the Millennial Book Club. When's the last time I got an email? Oh, so a listener wrote in about the Millennial Book Club. They thought that the dig was a piece of shit and it itself should be buried.
I thought you were going to say that we don't get phone-ins or write-ins, and we do.
We do. Just no participation in the Millennial Book Club. I think because people use it as a way to know if they want to watch a movie. Like, so they'll let us watch it and then listen and they go, oh, I guess I'll watch that. They think it's good. Or they go, oh, no, thank you for wasting your time, but I'm good.
Probably.
But if we choose one that you've already seen, why don't you write on in? Be like, here are my thoughts.
Or maybe they just like listen to you talk about it for so long that they're like, we got it. Got it. We know.
Thank you, Isaiah. You saved us all a bunch of time. And to that, you're welcome. So, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Next week, you can come back and hear about I Care a Lot on Netflix. So, how's it feel to be engaged, to still have the co-host position, and to now know that cows and roosters and chickens and bulls are all, different and same things? How's it feel? How does it feel to know that I find more uncertainty and fear in a heightened situation with a vicious cat than I do a dog? Does that make you feel better?
Mm-hmm. It was good. It was so great. I feel so good. And happy cows, chickens, Coopers. We got them all.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what a Cooper is?
Mm-hmm.
What?
An asshole.
And?
Big head.
I don't have a big head. I have a tiny head. Coopers are barrel makers.
I did know that, actually. You told me.
Ah, there you go. So you learned something. So what else did you learn on this episode?
The fuck did you learn on this episode?
That you're allowed to openly say really bad things about, or really ignorant things about trans people and Judaism if you're a very famous black female.
Yeah, I did learn that too.
I learned that. What'd you learn?
Not shit.
Is that what we're doing now? I mean, I think there's another couple of people we can still listen to their auditions for the show.
I learned that crunches are so cool to do on electrical poles.
I think it is kind of cool. What about that?
And I learned that the lynx is nowhere near as threatening as your average house cat.
What's more threatening? I'm afraid. That's what I'm saying. Like cats all the way up and down. Like it starts with the house cat that you let into your house and it shits in the house. It's like that's the other thing. Like how that cat's got you wrapped with a dog. You're like, you go shit in the yard. You bring it outside. No, you shit outside. The cat's like, how about you take some dirt from outside and you bring that shit inside, and I'm gonna shit inside. How about that?
Not my cat.
What?
My cat, the whole cat we had my whole life growing up, went outside like a dog. He meowed and pawed at the door to go piss and shit outside. He know that we didn't own a litter box. He only pissed and shit outside.
Right.
Like a dog.
Well, that's the secret. He never peed on anything in your whole house.
No. It's my mother. Do you think there would ever be an inch? That's like having Barb having inches of cat piss in her house. It doesn't exist.
It exists at a moment.
Oh,
The cat was it a boy or girl cat?
Boy.
Well, it's probably because it went outside and it had opportunities to mark shit outside, so it didn't do it inside.
I never had any cats mark.
Oof.
Ever.
It's that smell.
He's for life.
You smell that shit, and yeah, it is for life. It's like a fucking porcupine. Hey, we got another audition here. Ready? Just in case.
Hi guys, my name is Maria Martinez. I was calling regarding your Craigslist ad for a podcast, female replacement for a co-host. My name is
Sounds
Maria
hot.
Martinez, but don't judge me on that because I am a blonde, I am tall, and extremely lighthearted, kind of like a tomboy. And if you were to describe me,
Oh my God.
I think I was in a past life either a porn star or a comedian.
I'm getting
not
hard.
really sure how that would work, but that's what I've been told. I can be reached at 727.
Whoa! I don't want to. That's a phone number for me. Let's keep that phone number.
I wish I wouldn't have tuned it out in the beginning.
And I'm also bilingual, and haven't really had any experience in podcasting, but I have had videos. I hope to hear from you soon, and I'm
say
going to look you
videos?
guys up and do some further research.
No radio.
Oh.
You guys seem like you have a good thing going on. Again, 727.
Wow.
Why do they?
Go ahead and 727 is a big area code. Man, I got. What was her
What'd
name?
you say?
What?
Comedian and a porn star in the past life, and I don't know
Yeah.
how it's possible for both of those.
Yeah.
And did she say like I'm hot, but I'm a tomboy or something like that?
Yeah, she said she's blind. And she's real lighthearted. And she definitely knows the difference between accountable. And she also said that she wouldn't make fun of and laugh at any guy that she was with if they wore glasses that didn't have a lens in it. And they also wouldn't hide the lens and trick them into thinking that they did that. They would never do that. That's what she said, essentially. That's what I heard. I think that's like a
Stay up late. Thank you so much.
That's a shoe-in. We got one more, but why don't we save it for a rainy day? Just one more audition. I also think we should start having people from it doesn't have to just be close to us. Let's see if somebody wants to audition for maybe I don't know, somewhere in Utah, Salt Lake City. What does that sound? How's that sound? If you guys want to be on the show, you can write into roadsodamail@gmail.com or call in 706-200-1213. Leave a message. Tell us why you think you should be on the Road Soda podcast. Babe, are you texting? Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, I've always said I don't fire people. They fire themselves. Anyway, have a good one, everybody. Don't stay up late. That would be bad. You should go to bed early.
Did you tell everybody how you're taking my last name because you're such a pussy?
When you can beat me in anything.
If a cat can beat you, I think we can all beat you.
I'm not saying a cat could beat me.
It's
That's
actually
not
exactly what you said.
That's not what I said.
That is what you said.
Thank you, everybody. Go to bed early and don't listen to women. They don't know what they're talking about. Bye.